Alright, so this is how to fix the AC if your AC lines to the rear of your Cadillac ESV are leaking. This actually will apply to all the full-size Chevy SUVs like the Yukon, Denali, Suburban, and some others. And I guess it goes back to like '03, it's kind of the same design. But anyway, my AC stopped working when I went to Alabama to go pick up a dog for my wife about a month ago. It was working when I left, and I went up there and it was cold. I live in Florida, and it was cold going up there. It was like 30 degrees or something, so the truck has always been in Florida. And so I guess things got cold and expanded and stuff started leaking. So I got back and I just put freon in. I went and bought this little deal at AutoZone for like 40 bucks, and it came with a can, a bigger can than that. And you put it in the high side, and obviously you put the truck on and put it on AC full, max AC, whatever. And I put the freon in, it started blowing cold, and then when I got home from AutoZone, I heard a hissing sound, and I went to the back. It's where I kind of narrowed it down to, and I heard it leaking back here. And I saw some stuff on the ground, and I identified it as freon. And I was like, oh, where did this come from? So anyway, I took it into the shop, have them look at it, and tell me how much it was going to cost. And they told me it was $2,200, and I laughed. I was like, yeah, all right, no thanks. And I went home, I looked it up online to find the hose. It was $400. I was like, that's a lot for just one hose, you know. And then it was like a kit or something, and maybe it was more than one hose, but I was like, I don't need that, you know, that's just more work. And they said they got to take off the running board and all this other stuff. I'm like, I'm not paying that, and you know, there's got to be an easier way. Kind of like my other videos, if you look, I was trying to find the cheapest way, but you know, I don't sacrifice safety. But so I found another hose for $199, but it was going to come from China, and it was going to take like a month. And I bought it, and then I was like, there's got to be a better way. And so I looked, and I found these. They're called block-off kits. So you just take the two hoses, the high and the low side, that go to the rear of the SUV, and you plug these up underneath the hood where the lines were previously connected. So that you have a line that goes from here, this metal line here, and then it goes down to the rear of the truck, and then there's another one. So anyway, instead of paying any money, I ordered this, and then I was like, I don't even need that, I'll just make it myself. So I took a dremel, and you can see it's cut off, and I just cut it off, and I unbolted it, I took it out of the truck, and I smashed it with a hammer, and then I put Gorilla Glue into it, this Gorilla Glue, and I let it dry for 24 hours. So the smashed in, you know, is full of Gorilla Glue, and I let it dry, and then I bolted it back up, and then I put freon in it, and it's been holding, so I didn't actually even need the block-off kit. But that's essentially what this is. So this would bolt, you know, right there, and it just blocks off the freon from going to the back of the truck, so it doesn't leak anymore. If your AC leaks somewhere up here, or leaks freon, or maybe your compressor doesn't work, you know, this isn't going to work for you. But I ended up not having to pay anything but for the glue. I already had a Dremel, and so I cut that one, and then the second one is back here. It's like right here. I did the same thing. I just Dremeled it. I cut it off. I made sure the freon was, you know, all the way out of it first, so it leaked out overnight. And then I cut those two off, and I just took a hammer and smashed the end flat as I could. And then I filled the open end, which would be where the bolts are. I put glue in this way so that it settled on the bottom, and then I let this stand up so that the glue didn't go past like here to go out. and then it just dried overnight. I stuck it on, put the bolt back, the factory bolt that was there, and I did the same for the other side. And it worked. It held. So like I said, I ended up submitting a request, and they refunded me on eBay before they ever even shipped it. But $2,200 versus like $5 or $6 for the glue, you know, and maybe if you don't have a Dremel, but I mean, definitely get one if you don't have one. It's totally worth it. I mean, and those guys could have told me different stuff. Obviously, they're not going to advise me on how to break it, you know. And but I told them, I was like, you know, money is a factor. I just want to make it work. Anyway, I'll upload this and edit it as I need to. But there's numerous pictures and videos on where the high side and low side are located. But this just kind of tells you how, if you have those tools, you can get it done easier and for free.